Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time stopping in. Today we are going to be doing a recent deck roundup. This is basically a monthly haul video series that I do here on the channel where I share with you things that have come in that I've either purchased, have been sent to me for review, or were given to me, that sort of thing. So decks, typically decks, although today I do have a few books that I want to show you, but that is what we're going to be doing. So if you like seeing lots of new, pretty, fun, awesome things, this is probably the video you're going to enjoy. I do tend to get a little babbly, so if that's not your jam, I'm sorry, but I do that on my videos. Let's pause for a moment and just admire the beautiful cloth that Peggy made me. Look how gorgeous this is. So she apparently was experimenting with doing bindings, which is a thing you do to put the edge on the quilt. I mean, I'm not a sewer person. Sewist? A seamstress, a whatever. She's been experimenting, so this was mine, and she has another one that she says it's unsellable, but she's giving it away on her YouTube channel. So I will link that video for you in the description box. So if you're interested in winning a giveaway of a cloth that is similar to this, you can enter that. But she does have a sewing channel. If you don't know, my wife Peggy makes all of the sewn things you see here. So my cloths, my bags, my reading cloths. I said cloths twice because I'm clearly obsessed. I just love, she even she did quilting, like swirls around the flowers, and she did like quilt around this, and it's so cute. And the fabric is, hello. And that she pieced it. Oh, anyways, it's really pretty. So I actually cleared my table of my normal cloth. I usually put this on top of other, like my reading cloths on top of other cloths, but I feel like this just shines with my actual just white table underneath it. I'm also burning a peppermint candle because I feel like I can get away with that at this time of the year. Pretty excited about it. Let's start with books. So, kind of books. The first thing was I received a really sweet little package from Francesca. Now, if you don't know, Francesca Paocchi is the artist that is illustrating the Unicorn's Journey Tarot, which is my tarot deck. And she sent me a surprise little Samhain gift package, which just delighted me to no end. So I wanted to show this off. Now, if you are a fan of the art of the Unicorn's Journey Tarot, I definitely encourage you to check out Francesca's Etsy shop. She sells her own artwork in various forms on her Etsy shop, and she sent me a couple things, which I was just delighted by because this particular art book of hers has been on my wish list on Etsy for forever. It's called Seasons of the Witch. It's by Francesca Paocchi. It's just beautifully put together. It's got this really nice linen finish feeling cover. And look at this demon blood. But let's just take a little look at some of the images. Oh, I love the feel of the paper in here. It's really glorious. Take a look. I love Francesca's witches. I love the way that she illustrates them. I think they're darling. Oh, so cute. And there is a story about this book that I will share at a later date. But for now, just appreciate a few of the pages. Look at it. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I don't want to show the whole thing off, but definitely check out her Etsy shop. And I just think, I mean, it's beautifully put together. It really feels like you've picked up like a witchy book, and it's glorious. So I will have this linked down below. And she also sent me, and this one had me, along with a sweet little note, but she sent me, I'm going to take this out of its cover, a print of her water unicorn that she did. Oh my God. Okay, I haven't, okay, hold on. I actually hadn't taken this out of its protector when she sent it to me because it's keeping it safe. There's a story about this, but there's also a surprise. So the story about this illustration is Francesca painted this right around the time she was working on the art for the Unicorn's Journey Tarot. And this was actually Francesca's, very similar to the original design Francesca had for the sea unicorns, the water unicorns that show up in my deck. But this one has a more of a, what do you call it, a seahorse base. And mine, the ones that I had her do for my deck, have a more like flourishy, mermaidy tail, I guess you could say. So there's a slight difference, but this is very similar. And the fact that she painted this original, like around the time that she was doing the tarot, it just made me so happy. And it reminds me of that experience of sort of watching the art come to life. And this was one that she did in watercolor. And I just think it is absolutely beautiful. So she sent me a print of it, I was of course obsessed with this. She made a video, I believe, on her Instagram or her YouTube, I think, showing the painting process. But I went to pull this out of the screen protector so I could show it to you. And that's when I discovered there was another piece of art here behind. So she sent me two prints and I had no idea. So she sent me this print as well. Look at this little dude. Oh my God. And the butterflies. Oh, this is so pretty. I love Francesca's work. I'm clearly obsessed, as you can tell. And yeah, could not be happier. So I'm just going to pop that back in so that the art is showing on the other side. And I'm going to have to figure out where I want to put these. I'm actually tempted to literally put them into my grimoire. I don't know if that's like totally inappropriate or not, but that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. So really, really beautiful. Super excited about both of those. This was sent to me by Destiny Books. This is a new book that has just released called Tarot Life Lessons. This is by Julia Gordon Bramer, Living Wisdom from the Major Arcana. This really excited me because the concept of this book, to me, reminds me a lot of the concept that went behind my tarot memoirs series that I did on YouTube, where I sort of shared personal experiences and anecdotes with each of the cards of the tarot as a way of sort of, I guess, sharing a bit about what it means and how its energy has shown up for me in my life. So I think this looks really, really good. It says on the back, as Julia Gordon Bramer reveals in profound detail, the miracle of tarot is how the right cards show up time and time again to provide guidance or symbolically illustrate your story, whether you believe in the tarot or not. In these real-life tales of tarot wisdom, Gordon Bramer explores the modern applications and the living wisdom of the tarot based on her more than 40 years' experience as a professional tarot reader. Sharing stories from client readings and her own spiritual journey, she shows how to intuitively, logically, and sometimes playfully glean the meaning of each card that appears and integrate its powerful spiritual lessons for deeper understanding, guidance, and personal healing. She compares reading the tarot to dream analysis, explaining how the major arcana, such as the Fool, the Magician, the Lovers, and the Star, represent the key players and milestones in life, the sacred adventure from birth to death. I love this. She explains how each card tells its own story, often revealing subconscious beliefs and motivations through its colors, numbers, symbols, and pictures. Allowing you to make the leap from an abstract understanding of the tarot to actually working intuitively with the cards, this book shows how, when used as a life-transforming tool to awaken and tame the subconscious, the tarot offers a way to grow your strengths, identify your weaknesses, and conquer problems as you journey through life. So I'm excited to dig into this. I know that it's majors only, which was my initial hesitation, but it looks like it's pretty meaty. So here, for example, we have the strength card, and we get quite a number of pages all about strength before we move on to the next card. Let's take a look at the table of contents real quick. This is going to be, I think, a really fun winter read. So we have an introduction, and then we have all the cards, basically. That's it. Resources, acknowledgements, and index. So there's also these little boxed out tidbits here and there that give you a little extra something something. So excited to take a look at this. This is going to drive me crazy that it's moving around, but that's okay. Excited to take a look at this. I will keep you all posted when I do read it, but let me know down below if you've been interested in this one, interested in checking it out. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but that is called Tarot Life Lessons. The next book is a little bit of a personal splurge. This is a journal, but look at this gorgeousness. So this is actually a special journal that was done by Pauper Press, who does really beautiful journals to begin with. Now this particular one is out of print, and I found out about it once it was out of print, but I did find a shop that had it, and I was really excited. It has an actual reproduction of Unicorn Rests in a Garden, which is one of the images from the Unicorn Tapestry, and it is a beloved image to me personally. I have been obsessed with the Unicorn Tapestry since I was in high school. Like, this is a whole thing for me, and made even more special by the fact that when designing my own tarot, I decided that the Eight of Swords, I really wanted to commemorate this scene, and you can see that here. So this is the Unicorn's Journey Tarot Eight of Swords, or Eight of Air, and this is the Unicorn Tapestry, Unicorn Rests in a Garden. And I just, like, I was so nitpicky about this card for this reason. And in fact, if you look closely here, you'll see these orchids that rest in the front of the gated area. You see those same orchids represented on the card here. And that was something that I requested in this imagery. But it was really important to me that this card kind of pay homage to the Unicorn Rests in a Garden. In any case, I'm obsessed with this imagery, and I love all the gold detailing on this Pauper Press journal. It has beautiful gold foiled pages. It's got a really nice faux leather binding, and just beautiful, luscious, thick, creamy pages. This just is going to be, yeah, I mean, it's probably going to turn into a magical book of some kind. It just does come with a ribbon bookmark. But yeah, apologies that you can't really easily get this anymore. If you do find a copy somewhere, I didn't have to pay any kind of wild pricing for it. I bought it at regular retail price, but it is out of print. And it's funny because the little shop that I found it at, when they sent it to me, they included a note that basically said, "You snagged this just in time because it's out of print." And I'm like, I know, that's how I found it where you are. But it's just beautiful in person with all the gold detailing. You can see it here on the collar. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, so really excited about that. So let's talk decks. These are not going to be in any particular order, but these are all the decks that came in since the last time I made one of these videos. So the first is my first Fournier, how do you say this? So this is my first Fournier, I don't know how you're supposed to say that, tarot. This is the Magic Tarot. Now, in truth, I got this actually as part of a bit of research that I was doing, but I'm excited to check it out and see what I think. Now, I have already shuffled it because that was part of the research I was doing. That's all I'm going to say about that for right now. But what's neat about the Fournier, I cannot say it. What's neat about this brand's tarot decks, comes in a tuck box, and it has this, like, this isn't what's neat, but I'm going to show it to you. It's got this kind of wild shaped fold out like booklet situation. I don't know. What's neat about them is that they are a little smaller than standard tarot size. So for example, the Unicorn's Journey Tarot is that size. And the Magic Tarot, let's see if I can get it nicely lined up. You can see it's like literally like a shrunken down tarot. It is very similar proportionally, but it is just smaller. And so that was the research I was doing. I didn't have any of these decks, and I've heard other tarot readers talk about this size in a positive way for being a good one for small hands, and I wanted to check it out myself and see what I thought. It's like a really nice, like, hand size. There's another deck coming out in this size, I believe. The Pipsqueak Tarot coming out by Zara Kitten Chops is also in this size. And I'm really excited to get my hands on that deck too, of course. But in the meantime, this was instant gratification because this was in stock at Amazon. I got it the next day. But I really just wanted to see what I thought of this size, and I really like it. Now, that being said, this artwork is wild. I don't know ultimately how I feel about the depictions. I feel like they stray in a lot of ways from the way that I might view the card. I mean, this Queen of Pentacles is fantastic, but the majors are all, I feel like I really get along with them, but then the minors, some of them I'm like, I don't know. I mean, the Queen of Cups, also fabulous. I don't know. I haven't really decided. Like, this is a pretty classic 10 of Cups, but then this is the 4 of Wands, which I would normally see as like a milestone card, and we have this like gorilla situation. I don't know. This may be a little too out there for me personally. We'll see. But it is very brightly colored. And of all the Fournier decks, or Fournier decks, this is, I'm not going to be able to decide how to say it. This is the one that sort of caught my eye for its coloring. But now I kind of almost wish I'd have snapped up the Carlotides, I think is what it's called, one. But I don't know that that one's for me either. I don't know. Do you have any of the Fournier tarot decks? And what do you think of them? Let me know. I'm curious, but I really do like the size, which was the point of the purchase. So I'll keep you posted if this ends up working out for me. Otherwise, you may see it in a future declutter. Okay, next up was a total impulse buy. I was hanging around on Etsy, as one does, and this is a deck that was on my list a long time ago, and I think I anti-hauled it. Like I said, I wasn't going to buy it. This is the Compendium of Constellations by Claire Goodchild, Black and the Moon, the same creator that did the Antique Anatomy and the Oracle of Oddities, the Oracle of Oddities of which I love and obsessed with. I wanted this deck for a long time, but I talked myself out of it because I didn't necessarily know a lot about the constellations themselves, but I loved the keywords. Well, check it out. I'm browsing on Etsy, and this was on a clearance sale, and I can't remember. It was very inexpensive. Like, I want to say it was something like $20 or $30 Canadian, maybe at the outside, which is like nothing. Like, I don't know what that is in the US right now. It's probably like $5 because our dollar sucks in Canada at the moment. But there was no way I wasn't going to snap it up on such a deep discount. So I don't know if there's any left. If there are, I will link them in the description box down below. I don't know if this is going out of print or if it's going to be coming out mass market, or maybe it already did and I'm just out of the loop. I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me if you know the scoop on why this was being clearanced. I don't care. I'm so excited that I was able to get it directly from the creator. Look at these backs, first of all. Are they not adorable? They're adorable. But this is the whole premise of I mean, there is a chunky amount of cards in here. How many is there? Does it say on the box? 88 cards. Oh, 88 constellation cards and 1 star cluster card. I mean, and the keywords are incredible. And you know what really sold me? And I didn't know it at the time that I bought this, but this has Monoceros, which is the unicorn constellation in it. And I'm like, are you kidding? I love that we get the name of the constellation and a single really good expansive keyword. And I just have always loved the colors and the aesthetics of this deck. And I love something like this with like an sort of parchmenty background because I feel like you can match it to so many things. Look at this. Orion is narcissism. Canis Major is dominance. The keywords in this are great. They're very balanced. There's Monoceros. That is the unicorn constellation. Eee! Okay, anyways, I didn't know it was in there. And I didn't even know about the unicorn constellation until I was developing my own deck. Little teaser for you for a future card. But anyways, I am, like, look, we have this one, Cetus, I think is how you say that, hate. There's some really strong keywords, and I always tend to point out the negative ones, fear, because I feel like a lot of times Oracle decks don't have a good balance of negative cards, but this one I think really does. I love this one, plot. I don't think I've ever seen plot as a keyword, but I love it. So really excited about this, and it was such a steal, so really glad that I got a chance to scoop this one up. But let me know, do you have this? How does it work out for you? Do you use it a lot? I'd be so curious, but I feel like the art is, at its most basic, I feel like the art is really pretty. I feel like it could match with a lot of decks, and I love the keywords. So even if I don't want to deep dive into the meaning of the constellations themselves, as far as I know, there's no guidebook or anything. It's just constellations, keywords. I'm kind of about it. I don't know what that means about me, but I love it. This next one is a bit of a fun one. Tarot of the Witch's Garden. So I have an interesting story to tell about this deck. First of all, this is my second copy of it. This is my first copy. This is actually going to be our December and January deck study deck for the Unicorn Fam Deck Study Club. This won the vote. It was actually in the poll 3 times as the runner-up, and on the 3rd time it finally won. So what we do with the deck study polls in the membership is the runner-up gets to keep showing up in polls. So this one just kept consistently coming in second until it came in first, and I'm really excited about it. So the reason I have 2, let me tell you about that. So some of you may recall that when this deck first came out, there was a printing error on the cards. So I corrected mine manually with a little marking pen, a gold and a black marking pen. So I used a gold pen. Let me tell you what the problem was. Wheel of Fortune was numbered 11 and Justice was numbered 10. And so I took a black pen and I adjusted my Justice card. And I took a gold pen and I adjusted the Wheel of Fortune. But it is also incorrect in the book. Now, somebody in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group mentioned to the group that if you reach out to Llewellyn that they were sending correction kits for this misprint. And I assumed we would get replacement cards and maybe like a sticker to put in the book or something. No, no, no. Llewellyn, when I reached out to their customer service, I had a tracking number for a courier, not even like postal service, within maybe like a couple of days. And I got this like a couple of days later. It was an entirely new replacement deck. And I was like, holy cow, if you want a lesson in customer service and like just really treating your customers well, this was above and beyond. And must have cost Llewellyn a fortune, and my heart really goes out to them for having had the misprint in the first place, but I was certainly not expecting an entire replacement. So it is corrected, of course. Wheel of Fortune is 10 in the book now, and Justice is 11, and of course the cards have also been corrected. So here is Justice and the Wheel of Fortune corrected to 10 and 11. Now I don't know, I'm assuming that new stock going out to retailers is going to be the corrected version, but I don't know anything about whether or not they pulled old stock or like what the situation is. And in truth, I'm not sure, like I could have been okay with this. I just thought, like I said, I thought they were going to send replacement cards. I had no idea they were going to send a whole replacement kit. So when it came in, I was just like, holy cow. So that was a really exciting surprise that was unexpected. And I thought, you know, what an incredible thing for them to do as a company and to really stand by their product this way. And I think I'm glad that they did that, because this deck, I think, really is a standout deck for them in the last year. And I'm just excited to have seen it treated so well by them and handled so well by them. So really, really pleased. Now, full disclosure, so you know where my biases are. I am a huge mega fan of Llewellyn. I'm writing a book for Llewellyn. So, I mean, I'm definitely not unbiased where this company is concerned. But I've never seen another tarot company handle something like this way. A good example, there's a deck that's been floating around for years, the Kawaii Tarot. Not the newer one in the blue box, but the older one in like the pink box. That one has a misprinted card where there's like 7 wands instead of 8, or maybe there's 9 wands instead of 8, I don't know. On the 8 or 9 of wands card, it's a very pippish deck. The incorrect version of that deck is still being sold today. And it's been at least a couple of years that that misprint has been out there. So I'm just saying this, I didn't expect this to get handled this way, and it really impressed me, and I don't know of another company that's handled it quite this well. I shouldn't say that, actually. I think Schiffer did something like this with the Mary L. Tarot, one of the editions that I think they had issues with. They were sending out full replacement decks. But again, the issue wasn't just with 1 or 2 cards. People were having issues with the production quality of the entire deck, and I was just really impressed. So I wanted to shout out Llewellyn for being awesome about that. What I'm probably going to do is do a giveaway in my channel membership, because we are doing a deck study. I'll probably do a giveaway for my misprinted copy, which I have manually corrected. If anybody, you know, wants that from inside my group, I'll probably just do a giveaway there for my extra copy. But I'm so delighted to have a perfect, pristine copy without the misprint. Well, I kind of like this view better, all zoomed in and stuff. I zoomed in because my next deck is small, and I'm also not showing books, so I don't need to be quite so far out. The Sweet Foragers Tarot. I have been watching this one come to life on Sam Rook's Instagram since she started it, and I've been really excited to see how this deck was going to turn out. I'm really charmed by Sam Rook's art. There's some sort of quality to it that just really draws me in, and it makes me feel like seen in some way, and I don't know how to fully describe that, but like, as you know, I recently talked about the Valurious Tarot. I also love these size of decks. I have had in my hands at one point, I have had every deck I think that Sam has made. I also have the Rainbow Moon Tarot. My version of it is modified, but I have this deck, which is also a Sam deck. Actually, no, I never had the black and gold one, the one that came in the coffin. I never had that one. But yeah, I have a modified version of the Rainbow Moon. I'll show more about this modified version at a later date because it has a tie-in to some other projects of mine. But in any case, very excited to see the Sweet Foragers Tarot come out. I mean, does this art style not look like it's screaming my name out loud? Yes. Look at the green interior. Ugh. And I'm not 100% sure that I'm sold on every single card description or card illustration, but the style of this, we'll get into it in a second, but the style of it is just, oh, it's delightful. In any case, it comes with a really nice little guidebook. I love these little full color guidebooks from is this Rockpool, right? Yeah, from Rockpool. I don't know what the situation is, but there's something about this size that is so satisfying. I think this is a poker size deck. I just like the feel of this. It feels mini, but it doesn't feel too mini, and it's fabulous. I love it. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. Oh, they've got bright green edges. Look. I said look, but my thumb was covering it. And there's the backs. So purple and green is a favorite color combination of mine, so I am thrilled about that. So you'll have to let me know if you want to see a full walkthrough of this, but I really do want to kind of get into it, actually. Oh my gosh, look at the Magician is like a fairy godmother. I love the diversity in this. Look at the Empress as a merman freaking juicing pomegranates overhead. Like, are you kidding me right now? Or some other tropical fruit. I think it's a pomegranate, and then the Emperor is a more feminine representation. So we're already right out the gate, the first few cards in. No, we're not going to get the stereotypical sort of representations. Look at this Lover's card. This is such an interesting Lover's card. Oh my God, I love it. Okay. Love this snail for the chariot. I don't know why I like snails for chariots. Seems counterintuitive, but I'm also just, like I said, I'm kind of biased to this artist, but the colors of this are literally everything. Okay, you know what we need to see. And then I will move on. But if you want to see a full walkthrough of this, you know the drill. Leave a comment down below. Let me know that you want to see a dedicated video on any of these. But let's just see the Nine of Cups. Do I like it? I can dig it. Okay, I can dig it. It's a little bit material. So it's like this person is sitting on this like pile of gold, including some cups. This feels a little more Nine of Pentacles-y to me, to be completely honest. But I can get on with it. It's not my favorite. Let's see actually what the Nine of Pentacles, which are crystals in this deck, it looks like. We have this sort of abundant flowers and growth. It's kind of funny because actually the Nine of Pentacles, or the Nine of Crystals rather in this case, feels less materialistic, or less, yeah, just less material than the Nine of Cups does, which is an interesting choice. Ooh, let's take a look at the quartz, because we haven't really looked at any of the court cards. So we have the Page of Crystals. Love the belly on this character. I just love everything about this image. The Knight of Crystals is like a centaur. I was like, what is the word? Oh, look at the Queen of Crystals with the jellyfish crown, and then the king. Amazing. Okay, amazing. Really excited to get into this. So yeah, if you want to see a dedicated walkthrough of this one, just let me know down below. We'll definitely go through it. Super excited about that. That is just fun. And it's it came right to mass market, which I think the last couple of Samrux decks have done. So very, very, very excited about that. This next deck was a Dawn Michelle thing. So Dawn Michelle and I did the latest video in our practice series, which was all about shadow work. And we did that video in September. What month is it? It's November. We did that video in October. And in the process, she had shown her Iris deck as one of her decks that she does for shadow work. And I had shown the Reclaim Oracle. And we had talked about, like in the video, we kind of realized that the two decks felt like they showed two sides of the same kind of energy. I'd previously talked myself out of Iris because I felt like it felt too much like Reclaim. So for reference, this is Reclaim. Let's just pull it out so you can see what I mean. Reclaim has this very raw, emotive kind of vibe to it where it really sort of identifies, like here we have powerlessness, right? Iris feels just very different. Oh, and the crystal. I'll tell you the story about the crystal here in a moment. Iris feels... I like that the inside of the box says, I love you. How fabulous is that? This deck is one that I have thought about purchasing for a long time. Kept being tempted by and kept talking myself out of because of the Reclaim. In fact, the first time I was really tempted by this was when Candy Soul and Soil came on the channel with Peggy and I to do a Say Yes to the Deck. And I think she was considering Reclaim and talked herself out of Reclaim because she has this. But there's something about the quality of this artwork, which typically not my favorite. But there's something about the way that this looks like it literally was colored in with crayons that makes me immediately and viscerally feel like this is a conversation with the wounded inner child. And I thought that was really, really powerful for the type of healing work that I specifically do. I do a lot of conversations with the inner child and dialoguing with the inner child. And this feels like the perfect deck to have that conversation, to sort of see what's going on in that moment for my inner child in a way that the decks that I reach for the less sticky inner child work, they just don't touch the rawness of this in the same exact way. And so I'm going to try it in that capacity, and I will definitely report back. But I feel like from an intimate sort of place of processing childhood trauma, that this is actually going to be a really powerful tool for me personally. And I was really excited about that. And I also think that we started to pull cards together, and I really feel like the idea of having the Reclaim representing what's going on or what your inner adult is experiencing or your adult self is experiencing, and then pulling a card from here to talk about what the perspective is of the inner child, it's a really potent combination. This feels very mature in its way. It's raw, but it's mature raw. It's like adult raw. This feels raw in that inner child way. Really, really powerful combination. We actually, during that shadow work video, we were like holding up cards together and we're just like agape like how it was going. So I kind of went on a mission to pick this up. And it's funny because right after we filmed that episode, like the next day, she and I were both hunting down the opposite one's deck. So Dawn Michelle ended up with Reclaims. Check out her channel to see her reactions to that. And I ended up with Iris. But here's the story with Iris. I could not find a way to get it directly from the creator shipped to Canada. Her Etsy shop didn't ship to Canada. Her website didn't ship to Canada. I don't know if she ships to other countries, but like she was not shipping to Canada. And I was so like getting frustrated. And then I found, believe it or not, it was kind of one of those fortuitous things, because I found a shop that was actually maybe 5 minutes away from me. Well, okay, more realistically, like 10, 15 minutes away from me, that carried it. And it was funny because the shop that carried it, I actually found it as an online shop, and I went to order it online and I noticed that it had a note saying that they were not shipping to customers outside of Canada. They were saying that basically because it's difficult to bring these decks in, that they do not, they restrict their sales to Canadians, which I thought was really, really cool because I was already struggling to find this and get this into Canada as it was. And then I look and I find out the shop is in like this city that's just like I said, 10 minutes away from me. And it's a little shop that I'd never heard of before. I didn't even know it existed. And so I reserved a copy online. I went and picked it up in person, got to visit this sweet little shop, had a great time, talked to the shop owner and was like, oh my God, like talking about all these different decks that are out there. I told her about some other decks that were on Kickstarter, and just, it was fun. Anyways, so I picked this up. But while I was there, I was perusing the crystals. Like I need a crystal like I need a hole in the head. But this one just felt so right to me. And I think I've seen it, but just never in a palm stone form, and I really like palm stones. So this is called Scholasite. And it gave me this immediate feeling of like comfort and calm as soon as I hold it. It's got these beautiful like three-dimensional like striations. I don't know if the camera can actually pick up on it, but you can kind of see it there. It's really, really cool and really beautiful. And the little paper that she had there said, Scholasite is a zeolite crystal that grows in thin, long needles. And I think that's how I've seen it before. An ideal support for those who wish to enhance meditation, sleep more peacefully, or dream more sweetly. It carries the energy of inner peace and brings a deep sense of serenity and calm. And it's that calmness and that serenity that like immediately attracted me to this stone. It feels like howlite without the sort of sleepy quality I get from howlite, if that's an interesting or helpful reference for anybody out there. But I don't have very many of these really super extra calming stones, and this felt like one, and I felt so soothed with it. And I did some more lookups on it. It does have a lot of associations to things to like peace and contentedness and all the things that I feel like just make it a lovely pairing for the kind of work that I would associate with the Iris Oracle. So it just kind of felt very well timed. I also had a Kickstarter come in, the Starseeker Oracle. I'm excited about this. I have not even really looked at this. It came in with, I think this is a sticker and a bookmark. Starseeker Oracle. This QR code will take you to their shop, so if you want to scan that, you can check it out. I will also have it linked down below, of course, and some prints from some of the cards. So this is the long-awaited companion to the Starseeker Tarot. So I'm going to pull out my copy of the Starseeker Tarot. This is a really great deck and one that I pull in a lot for client readings. Oh, look at the two of them together. Don't they just look... They look fabulous together. So the Starseeker Tarot looks like this. It has one of my favorite 9 of Cups of all time with the willow tree. It's got just a really lovely and soothing art style that I just love. Let's just keep the 9 of Pentacles out for now. So the Starseeker Oracle, oh, it does ship. This didn't come in the box. This is outside of the box, but it does come with a certificate of authenticity. Looks like they did a print run of 2000. Amazing. Love it. So inside it says, with a great leap you fly through the seeker's portal. You walk in the path following the stars. They guide you to your deepest truth. Was there words on the inside? No, there wasn't words on the inside of the Starseeker. Was there in the bottom? No, there wasn't in the bottom. Look, and we still have a key. It's just a different key for the guidebook, which I love. So far, production-wise, it still has the soft finish on the outside. The cardstock is different, though. So the first edition of the Starseeker Tarot has a rose petal finish, which I do really like. It's not as practical as a smooth finish, but I do like the experience of it. And then I think, yeah, this is a smooth matte for the, so not a rose petal for the Oracle. Then on the bottom up here it says, I am passionate, I am determined, I am capable. Oh wait, hold on, that's a card. There's a key in the bottom. There is this, I think there's a few of these. Yeah, there's a few of these mantra cards in the back of the deck. So this has that color of edging. So it's got a light kind of lavender edging versus the more dusty purple of the tarot. And you have this beautiful artwork with a keyword on it. Contemplation. That font is a little bit strange in that spot, but it's cool. Explore, healing waters, oh, clearing, patience. Really keyword focused movement, which I like. Breakthrough. I'm just going to show a few. Connection, clarity, falling, death. The masked one, love that. The priestess. And then these ones with the slightly, oh wait, there's some with a shiny border. Okay, let's get to those. Okay, so these ones have a shiny border, and then these ones have a cream colored border. So I don't know what the difference is, but we have some shiny bordered ones here. Wait, are they all? Oh, wait, hold on. I see, they changed. Okay, so there was these cream colored border ones in the beginning. There might be a system here that I just wasn't noticing. Then there's, whoa, I don't actually know. Okay, so these are all cream colored borders. So the bulk of the deck has this kind of cream colored border. Did I get mine all out of order? I think I did. Hold on. 34, 35. Okay, so that's the order there. So those are all the cream colored. Then we get into some dusty purple. And these ones are not shiny. Then we have some shiny, like holographic bordered cards. And then we have some more cream colored ones. Okay, so these are the purple that aren't shiny. Oh, these look like archetypes. Yes, the student, the storyteller, the priestess. Okay, that makes sense. So that's kind of what those probably are going to be. And then we have these shiny purple ones. There's only a handful. So we have the mirror, the map, the key, and the seed. So that seems like it's potent and part of the system. And then we have 4 mantra cards. I am unafraid and free. It is a blessing to be me. It is safe to trust myself. I embrace the mysteries of life. I release the need to know. And I am passionate. I am determined. I am capable of creating anything I desire. So some potent messages in there. I like an oracle deck that has a system or a structure of some kind. Super curious. Yeah, so the guides, those ones that were holographic were the guides. And then you have the gifts. So the mirror, the map, the key, the seed, those were the gifts. And then you have the last 4 cards, which are not listed because those are our mantra cards. Very cool. So this is by Nikki Ferrata. Really exciting. Cannot wait to get into this. I'm going to go ahead and keep the certificate of authenticity with the deck though. So that's fun. And last but not least, we have the Cozy Witch Tarot. Man, I was like having such a back and forth experience with this deck. I was 100% all in, and then I saw some card reveals and was worried about the printing, the messages on the cards. So I was like, nope, don't need it. Pretty sure I anti-hauled it. But I was still following it with like great like intrigue, you know? And then I started to see it coming out and I'm like, nope, still need it. So this is the deck by Amanda Lovelace, the first tarot. The artwork is by Janena Medeiros. They did the, wow, I already forgot the name of it. That's terrible. I had it. Oh, Believe in Your Own Magic. They had the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. I might have to repurchase it again, because with Believe in Your Own Magic, I found myself not gravitating towards it over time because it felt really young, but this feels young too, I think, probably. Hello? Is this not the cozy game of tarot decks? That's what I'm going to call it now. It's the cozy game of tarot decks. It's the perfect fall release. Like, I think they timed the release beautifully for this because it just makes so much sense for the fall. Look, like, seriously, look at it. Is it not cozy? I mean, it's literally called the Cozy Witch Tarot deck. I don't know why I need to call it a Cozy Game Tarot. I can just call it the Cozy Witch Tarot. Anyways, I did not know when this was first being teased that they were going to have these full messages on the cards. Now, I like that. I was just concerned because I feel like maybe I saw 1 or 2 and I wasn't sure if I vibed with it. But actually, I really, really, really love decks like this. This is actually, to me, I think, a much more inclusive, modern, cozy version of a deck that I've talked about a lot, which is the Guardian Angel Tarot. It was an old, like, Doreen Virtue, Radley Valentine situation. It's out of print now. But it had the cozy vibes partly because it was an effortless deck to use. I could put it by my bedside and just pull a card and it would tell me exactly what it means, and I didn't have to work for it, if that makes any sense. I didn't have to sit with it. And I'm not saying that that's the ideal for every tarot deck in my collection. It's certainly not. But there's a time and a place for decks like this that I feel like just hand you a meaning. You can dive deeper if you'd like to, but you don't have to. And one of the things that I think Amanda Lovelace did really, really well in Believe in Your Own Magic, and I have seen her do very, very well as well in the Cozy Witch, is we see a lot more body diversity. So a lot more like curvy bodies, different types of bodies. And that always makes me really, really, really happy. So I'm excited to have this. Again, this is one I think I might want to do a walkthrough of. Let me know down below if you'd like to see me do a full walkthrough of the cards. But here we have the Fool, which in this case is called the Cozy Witch. Take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. The Lovers, will you or won't you? The choice is yours. Love that. Love choice for the Lovers, as you all probably know. Justice, stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. The World, yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. Oh, we're going to have to look at the 9 of Cups. I wonder if this was one of my deal breakers. Oh, no, I love this. This is perfect. 9 of Cups, live in a constant state of gratitude. I don't think I'd actually seen this particular image teased, but this is perfect because I describe the 9 of Cups as a card of contentment, and I think that's perfectly captured in the van life situation happening here. She's sitting here on like the side of the van with a dog, looking so content and happy and like pleased, but there's also a sense of being pleased or being content by yourself that I really like about the Nine of Cups, and it's captured so beautifully here. So yeah, I'm very picky about this card, and this is probably one of my favorites. The Page of Cups, let yourself be continually surprised by this thing called life. I love that. We have some Pentacles cards. Here's the 6. Oh my God, she found change under the couch cushions. Okay, I might have to do a full walkthrough of this one. Every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. Love, 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 love. Curiosity is a type of magic. For the Page of Swords, curiosity is literally one of my keywords for that card. And that little library, I mean, amazing. Oh my gosh, so good. Put yourself out there for the 3 of Wands. I mean, really good. Really, really good. So very excited about this. This is the Cozy Witch Tarot, and the cards are a little bit bigger, and they've got a kind of cardboardy or papery kind of feeling cardstock. It's not like the most luxurious, but I don't know. I'm really excited about this. I think it definitely has all the cozy vibes, which was obviously the intent. Let's take a quick look at the guidebook. I really love, obviously, Amanda Lovelace's writing, which we will get here in the guidebook, which makes me pretty excited. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. The Minor Arcana. Yes, we get some spreads in here. Oh yeah, I'm about it. Some information in the back about the artist and the author. So good. So that is the Cozy Witch Tarot. So yeah, let me know if any of these decks you want to see a walkthrough, if I haven't already done a walkthrough, and I will be happy to do that as I can time-wise. But that is what has come in for the month of November, or I guess since the last one of these wrap-ups. So thank you for hanging out with me. As always, links to everything I discussed will be down below if those items are still available. Thank you so, so much for watching. Don't forget about Peggy's giveaway for the cloth that's kind of similar to this that will be on her YouTube channel, Peggy Sews. So I will have that linked as well in the description box for you. So check that out. And until next time, may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye.